There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy, or none of them. We're not sweating it like that. They sell records, we sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records, what they do. Really, there's no competition. People are really making too much out of it than it is. And the East Coast, West Coast thing is something that the journalists and people are making up just to get paid off it so it can drag out. So they're perpetuating it so it can be drama. When it all go down, don't look at me and Biggie.
Who got a plan? Who got a plot? Who got and who got shot?
Biggie, what do you remember about him? What kind of relationship did you have with him?
You know, I only really got a chance to hang with him one time. It was a trip because it was the last time I seen him, and it was the last time I seen Eazy-E. You know, it was the same day. You know, it was just a cool dude. You know, I didn't really get a chance to really kind of, you know, have a relationship with him. But, you know, from what I could see, he just seemed a dude that was kind of ready. You could tell when it's your moment. You know, you got the swagger and you're feeling it. But just one of the most talented MCs, you know, that we've ever had, you know, who could put style, you know, lyrical flow, and, you know, hit music together at the same time. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, a force in the world of hip-hop and will always be.
What do you think he would have been capable of if he had continued to live and he was still alive today?
You know, ain't no telling. You know, he seemed like a progressive dude, so to me it seemed like he would have his hand in all kind of stuff. He'd probably have, you know, dude like that would probably have, you know, champagne or a vodka or something, you know, that he was pushing. All lifestyle stuff I think he would be into. You know, so I thought the sky was the limit for Biggie.
We're talking to Ice Cube. The murder is still unsolved. Who do you think killed him? Do you have any idea?
You know, I have no idea. You know, from what I see, you know, from what I understand, it seemed like some kind of hit. It don't seem like random violence. So, you know, it's you got to ask about the people who wanted him dead. You know, or the people who wanted to get other people blamed. You know, the thing is, it's like, and it was a situation, you know, when you feud in public, you know, if somebody come knock you off, then everybody gonna think the other guy did it. So it's always room for opportunists to stick their nose in there to get the pot stirred. So you just never know.
We're talking to Ice Cube, so you don't necessarily buy into the idea that the Tupac and Biggie murders were connected one to each other and that was an East and a West Coast rap feud.
I definitely don't believe that with Tupac. I don't think Tupac's death had anything to do with the East Coast, West Coast beef. I'm not sure about Biggie. You know, because Biggie happened after Tupac was dead, so.
What kind of relationship did you have with Tupac?
You know, I consider Tupac, you know, as not my little brother, but just a brother. You know, he was doing his thing with Digital Underground when I first met him, and when I spent the most time with him, you know, he was still in Digital Underground. So, you know, I knew him as a dude who just liked to have fun. You know, extremely passionate. And looking to find his way in hip-hop. So, you know, coming as a solo artist, it was cool to see him, you know, start off with those first records, play with Dear Mama, and then, you know, going on to work with Death Row. You know, it's like, it was just great to see him flourish as a solo artist and become this mega superstar.
When you think about the fact that he was only 26 when he died and the amount of records that he left behind, does a part of you look back at your own life and wonder how many times you could have come close to dying at a really young age? You're not that old of a guy now, But does it feel like a totally different world that you were in 20 years ago than now, or not?
Well, 20 years ago, I was doing this, so, you know, I'll have to go back a little further, you know, maybe 30 years ago. You know, it's like, I mean, I think I can count at least 3 times, maybe 4, where I almost died from incidents, you know, from being, you know, all the way from a kid to an adult. And all the close calls that I had. And it's amazing just to be on the other side of that. But my heart still goes out for people who have to deal with those situations on a daily basis. You know, it still fuels me in a lot of what I do, especially what I do my music about.
What's the closest you ever came to dying? We're talking with Ice Cube.
Oh, man, when I was real young, I got hit by a car. So, I guess getting hit by a car is one of the closest. I've been drugged by a car. So, you know, when we was young, we jumped on the back of this pickup truck, you know, just messing around. And when I jumped off, the trailer hitch caught my leg, drugged me down the street. Lucky the dude stopped, or I'd have been dead. He'd just drugged me all the way onto the main boulevard. So it's like them kind of incidents you think about. Me and Dre was shot at a few times. You know, one in particular, we was actually going to pick up this singer that was singing on one of the records he was producing, and these little junior high dudes just started shooting at us. It was a trip. So it's been a few incidents where I almost died. But I guess God had a different purpose for me.
I was having concerts, they were sold out, white boys, Mexicans, blacks, and they would do whatever I said. I could tell all those people in the audience to turn around in a circle, and they would do it. I was having love, I mean, like undeniable love. And I was scared, but so was America. So was somebody else, because all of a sudden I had all kind of legal problems. And you have to think about this. I had a clean record for 20 years. A clean record, living in the ghetto, in the gutter, no record. What about my morals then? What about my character then? Now it looks like I'm a criminal who has no way of being reformed. But all of these came one after the other. Do you understand? It takes logic. I promise that every time you see Tupac, you see a real human being. You will see my ups and my downs. I was raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person because I was raised in, you know, H-E-L-L. So I don't even want nobody to sweat me for that. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That's how I feel. I'm going to do whatever I like.